What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Lone Wolf, and welcome back to another Shenmue animation video. Yo, we already finished watching episode 3, and we're about to do another review of this episode right now. Alright, so if y'all like these kind of videos, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and without further ado, cue the intro. Alright, so we're back with episode 3. We finally watched episode 3, and yeah, it was okay. It was okay. I knew, so basically, judging after watching judging from what we've seen, they're definitely following the video game. How do I know is the fact that one scene, which we're going to get to later on, which matter of fact we'll talk about it right now. I don't, if y'all played Shenmue 1, there was a scene when Ryo finally meets with the Chen family, Yaomin Chen and Guanzhang. And I know I'm skipping ahead from it, but it was just funny that I was like, wow, they're actually doing it. There was a QTE when you have to sneak into the container, the containers, where you meet the Chen. And what happened was that when you hiding from the security guards, there was a QTE when Ryo hits his head on the door of the table, and then the flashlight was about to fall, and you had to catch it in order so you don't make any noises. So that was funny that they actually added that in there. So we're about to see some really familiar QTEs that we played in the game. So that's just what's funny. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna get to it. So basically, Ryo, it definitely picks up. It definitely is following the game the way it's supposed to show. Only showing the necessary things, like he met the boy and went to the antique shop and found out the boy that he saved from the previous episode was the grandmother of the lady in the antique shop, and she was able to read the letter about Yangdazu from Ryo, and basically mirrored it. And then basically the note was pretty much telling you that the people who are seeking the mirror, you're in danger, go see Chen. And basically they gave him the code, which is the code to where you actually meet the Chens when you go to the phone and you call them on the phone and you speak the code, like Dragon's Eye and Heaven's Sky and so on and so forth. And then they tell you go to warehouse 8, which is, you go to the warehouse 8 at 8 p.m. So Ryo goes to the warehouse and then finally meets the Chen right there. Of course, while he was at another thing during that little QTE, when he bumps his head and the flashlight falls to it, he catches it. It was kind of strange because in the game you actually sneak right in there, but in this anime they actually just pretty much snuck up on him and just put him in the warehouse. And then basically they go into the history about the two mirrors and about the Chiyo men, about Landy and his relationship with what's going on with the mafia and stuff like that, and also the Mad Angels. And yo, one thing I really have to say I love about this, and one thing I love about this anime, and you barely see an anime like this. Yo, so tell me when they showed the scene when they showed Landy when he was messing up this restaurant owner and they were speaking Chinese. I was shocked when I heard that. I had to rewind that. I was like, wait. Is Landy speaking Chinese? Nah. I was so happy when I heard that. I was like, yo, they were smart to add that. I was like, yo, because the one thing I always got tired of it is that they have a Chinese individual speaking Japanese, which makes no type of sense to me. It never does to me. I know it's a lot cheaper than, because I know it's a lot, you got to pay more, but they actually invested some money into adding that little voice when he was speaking Chinese. That was during the scene when Landy was trying to find, when he found out about Yanda Zu, about for the second mirror, which is the Phoenix mirror, which that's what the Chens were pretty much explaining. They're basically telling Ryo that it's not too late. He only got he only has one half of the mirrors, and he was explaining the story between the two mirrors and why Landy wants it. Basically, just to rule the world, and in short terms, basically. I don't know why anyone want to get that kind of power and just so that way they could destroy it, ruling the world. Okay, I get it. Typical bad guy villain thing, But yeah, so Landy is on his way to Hong Kong to go meet with Yanda Zu. He is not familiar that the Phoenix Mirror is back in the Hazuki Dojo residence, because Ryo's father Iowa has two of the mirrors, which he only much took one. So he basically never told Landy about the second that he has the second mirror. So that's when Ryo went to another antique shop, and when he found out about Ine-san, and then he found the handguard, the sword handguard that be attached to a sword, Japanese sword. But of course, you have to go in the game. You gotta go to the dojo to find the insignia. You gotta find the key, which they actually did that. So when he was with Gon-san, his friend, who is his classmate, they were in the dojo, and they took out the maps, and that's when Ryo saw the insignia Hazuki crest, and he was like, "Oh snap!" He put the crest in, he put the handguard in, and then he put the sword, opened up a secret door, and then that's when he found the Phoenix mirror, and then along with that, he found a little note. So, which everyone knows, on that note, if we play Shenmue 1, you already know it. But then again, I'll save that for the fans. This is videos, of course. I'm making these episode reviews for Shenmue fans and for newcomers who've never even heard of Shenmue. But anyways, so basically, yeah, Ryo has the Phoenix mirror and then goes back to the Chen. Another thing I forgot is that Guanzhong. Another thing I forgot to let you know is that Guanzhong is Ryo's bodyguard. So he became a bodyguard, and basically, so that way, because Chen realized his father, Guanzhong's father, realized that the gravity of the situation is pretty much dangerous and bad. So you gotta watch over Ryo, because he knows that he's gonna do whatever it takes to avenge his father's death. But yeah, so back to it. When he found the Phoenix mirror, Chai comes in and tries to take the Phoenix mirror, and just like in Shenmue 1, they did the whole QTE, hit the button, boom, and then got the Phoenix mirror back. So yeah, it was those little ridiculous QTEs that are completely unnecessary. But you know what they're doing? They're doing it just so that way they keep you on edge. They don't want you to just sit here and just watch the video games anymore. They want you to make sure you have your controller and catch you off guard on these things, So yeah. Oh yeah, another thing, they actually showed Terry. So we're going to see Terry soon. So that's going to be really interesting. Wow. Yeah, man. And after that, that otherwise the rest of the episodes is pretty much nothing. Which is fine for me, because Shenmue 1, you don't really do much, because Shenmue 1 is mostly just investigating, understanding his father's death, the mirrors and stuff like that, and the whereabouts of Landy. So I'm not really. That's why I'm kind of like not too much of it, because I know I'm not expecting too much because I know Shenmue 1. I played Shenmue 1 and I know that it's pretty much a typical, throughout most of the game, is typical normal day. What I'm actually looking forward to is when we get to Shenmue 2. That's when pretty much most of the action starts picking up. But in Shenmue 1, the action don't really pick up as much. It's mostly a normal day and all this. Well, not really necessarily a normal day. You're pretty much trying to find your father's killer and everything. So, but yeah, other than that, yeah, that's about it. There was nothing much you could talk about it. Like the episode ended pretty much neatly, just the way it's supposed to, And I mean, I just pretty much explained one of the most important things in this episode because those were pretty much the ones you're gonna remember. And most, I like the fact that they're showing Shenhua a lot more in this one because in Shenmue 1 you don't see Shenhua. You don't see Shenhua through either the intro or you see her through the ending. But this one they're showing Shenhua a lot more, which is good because they're showing that she's gonna be really relevant in later seasons, of course. So because we know we're not gonna meet Shenhua until Shenmue at the end of Shenmue 2. That's when we first meet Shenhua, and then they're Ryo and Shenhua's teamwork actually gets together in Shenmue 3. So this is going to be pretty interesting. And yeah, I saw the promo trailer of Shenmue 4, which I know is going to be another episode, which is going to be really funny because that's the forklift episode where Ryo actually gets a job. Oh, and another thing I forgot about, we actually meet that little bully. I forgot his name, that little Japanese bully in the warehouses. That was I forgot his name. I think it was Gon or something. So we actually see him when Ryo is trying to save an individual worker in the warehouse from him. So that's pretty much funny right there. Actually seeing him. But yeah, that's it. That's about it, man. I'll give this episode. I'll give this episode a 7.5 out of 10, only because the reason why I'm giving 7.5 is because of two things. The QTEs, which I'm very familiar with. I was like, oh wait, that was a QTE. There was like two QTEs that we saw. And then the second one, which is really, really made me really surprised, was the fact that they had Landy speaking in Chinese. That one was very, very surprising. I was really surprised to hear that man speaking in Chinese because, I was like, yo, because I'm just sitting here talking about, especially when you play Shenmue 3 or when you play Shenmue 2 at the end and then Shenmue 3, and also especially Shenmue 2, when you're in Hong Kong and you're in Bailu Village, you're expecting to hear some Chinese. So if you hear Landy speaking Chinese, just imagine in the next season in Shenmue, we're going to be hearing a lot of Chinese dialect language. We're going to hear a lot of people speaking in Chinese. When we get to the Hong Kong, when we get to Shenmue 2, definitely, I can't wait to see that. I cannot wait to, because there's not a lot of Chinese language, because a lot of anime is just mostly just Japanese. So when we're about to, or most likely, English. So Japanese or English. And of course, you'll hear some Spanish. Well, that's only if you like watching Spanish anime, which is mainly just speaking in Spanish. But nah, just to hear some Chinese when you're in Hong Kong is gonna be crazy. But even with that, in Sean, I don't know how much they're gonna do because when they were showing Shenhua scenes, they were speaking in Japanese. So that's kind of like, so we probably most likely not going to hear as much. Most likely we're going to hear only in Hong Kong, So, but Bailu Village, you just mostly hear everyone in pretty much Japanese. But yeah, that's it for my review with this, guys. I gave you my thoughts on it. Very good episode, very chill, not very much long. Everything is just a build up, so. Just stay tuned, guys. I know it's starting out slow, but trust me, the more you watch this, it's just going to get better, and the story is just going to get interesting. Because right now, the story hasn't. Let me tell y'all right now, the story hasn't even started yet. if y'all have not played the Shenmue games, if y'all played the Shenmue games and Shenmue, if y'all Shenmue fans, y'all already know the story hasn't even started yet. So we just wait. Everything else right now feels slow, but wait, the story it's going to pick up after a while. All right. So other than that, guys, I'll see. Like once again, make sure I like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see y'all on the next episode review. All right. Take it easy.